Okay, it's been a while since I posted anything, and I'm not really sure that really matters much because I don't know how many people ever watched or could connect with what I have to say. Like my beautiful pup here, my little Mags, and the loss of my best buddy Jet. But I dropped off just short of the election. I think it was probably a month before the election. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take what I was witnessing and the reasons why I was witnessing it. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And I'm a man who just doesn't, I feel like I'm like a built fortress. I feel like I'm the man of steel. I really do. My faith in God and Christ has driven me most the whole way in my life. I'm doing the will of the last 30 years. It gets exhausting. So I'm trying to talk to those in the middle, left and right. We are all in the middle. What's taking place in this country seems like it's at times like kind of like a dream, like a bad dream. Like, how could we be in a place where so many of us, I guess, use the excuse that eggs were a little more expensive than we were used to, or a gallon of gas was a little more than we're used to. And the truth is, middle class America, I am middle class America. And I think most of the people that may even be close in my heart, people that I love, and some people that I've lost. And some of those people I've lost, it's on me. I know that. Sometimes you have to just close people off just to be able to survive the next day. That seems extreme. Well, then maybe what has taken place here wasn't as hard-hitting to you. But middle-class America is shrinking. In fact, in my opinion, middle-class America is disappearing. And we have someone who now is going to enter the White House who doesn't give a damn about the middle class. Somehow he's convinced people I love, and sorry, my cute little pup, little Dolly, 13 years old, got her a year ago, and she is just an absolute delight. It's absolutely just the best. Man, I'm telling you, rescue a dog. It will change your life. It will. But just in my industry, it has been swallowed up by a hedge fund, by private equity, and it's happening all across the United States. All across. And somehow we've elected someone who, I promise you, does not give a damn about you. And at the time, I'm trying to figure out how do I speak about it without, first of all, offending people. I don't care to offend anybody. I'm trying to figure out how we allowed a man who's now got 15 billionaires in his cabinet, how we are demonizing immigrants, how we're speaking about making Canada the 51st state, how we want to purchase Greenland. I mean, we can all think it's a joke, but there's nothing funny about it. We're living in real time. We're living in a world already struggling across the globe. Climate change, climate disasters, hate is on the rise. And anybody who doesn't want to look at it honestly, the last 8 years, there's been more family separation, friends lost, corruption across the board. And for anybody who wants to try to come at me like, hey, I'm a lefty, which I certainly have probably become more left thinking, but I was a center-right Republican my whole life. And then when Donald Trump said something about John McCain, and then everything that followed, and every day I sit and think to myself, how did we get here? How did we allow a man who was given a golden spoon at a young age, who had dodged the draft for bone spurs, and forget all that. How about if we just relived the last 6 months? He speaks poorly of everyone. He speaks terribly about women. I love my daughter. We can all say that Project 2025 was a supposed, gonna happen. He knew nothing about it. The way it's gonna treat women in this country, I will die fighting for that to come true. I just don't know how American we are anymore. Capitalism has robbed us of our decency. Capitalism has robbed us of our sanity. And the part that just is so bewildering to me is, again, I'm middle class America. We are the dying breed. The wealth class, the top 3%, those who are in the upcoming administration. Look into your industry, whatever industry you're in, it is being bought out. They're consolidating. They are cutting the fat. And every time they cut the fat, one more American loses their house. 18% increase in homelessness in 2024 over 2023. Greed has gripped the American heart. And I don't know what to do about it anymore. I mean, I do good. I guess I do okay. I think my clients really appreciate the quality of my work and the professionalism. And I just don't know where we've gone so wrong. I don't. It's like we've reached a point that we don't care about anything but we don't got, which is money. I mean, this will be the last generation that has any ability to pass something down. Housing is going to go through the roof. It already is going through the roof. And do you know why? Because most hedge fund companies have got out ahead of this years and years ago and went out and purchased a great deal of the homes. Have you noticed that there's at least 30 to 40% more apartment buildings? Because they want to put everybody in high rent apartment buildings. They want to take away the right to own a home. It's the wealthy class. 15 billionaires in the upcoming administration. My fellow Americans, my fellow Republicans, my fellow Democrats, those who are in the middle. And I'm not talking middle concept of your political views. I'm talking the financial middle. We are all going to become extinct. Corporate America, look what happened with the CEO that got shot. Terrible, tragic. But what was the ripple effect? America said, we can't afford health care. You want us to care about a billionaire who cuts rates, who denies coverage for millions and millions of Americans. How many people have died due to the greed of the heart of the healthcare industry? That is just the tip of what's coming. And for some reason, Lies have been accepted. And I know so many people that believe that somehow there's this Superman coming to save America. He's only going to save one person, himself. He's going to tear a country up. And don't tell me whoever watches this, and it's going to be 11 minutes long, so nobody's going to watch it. But what's it going to take for us to get back to caring about one another? Stop using God's name in vain, meaning if you're gay and trans, you're damned. Or if you don't believe this is what Christ expected of us, then you're damned. There's nothing Christ-like about that. There's nothing Christ-like about having way too much of everything and looking down on those who have nothing. 18% increase in homelessness. What do you think next year's going to be? If you don't think it's going to be 20%, you're insane. You're not paying attention. My industry consolidated to one big company owns everything. There's a couple small little outliers, and it's happening in every industry. No matter what you do for a living, they're consolidating. They're chipping away at the American way of life, and it's becoming a corporate America. And if you don't believe that Donald Trump isn't front and center, I'll leave you with one last thing. He's going to do a massive deportation. I promise you, no, he's not. He'll get out there and he'll put the scare into people, but corporate America is whispering in his ear, because you know who gives the biggest benefit from these immigrants? Corporate America, who can pay them sub money. The housing or the farming industry, the meat industry, all the jobs that would make most of us sick to our stomach. There's no way. So he's going to make special programs for all those people. And then in my industries, they're going to tear it up. But you watch. He'll backpedal on everything he promised you, but the hate. He'll backpedal on everything that he promised you, except for how to continue you not being human, not being compassionate, not being decent. Stop having a greedy heart. Start caring about America. We are losing America as we know it today, and it concerns me because I have kids. And I don't care sometimes what happens. The reason I stopped posting, because I was so devastated that this country accepted an individual that had so much that we're so aware of, that was so corrupt of the soul, and yet we took it anyways. I couldn't take it. The anxiety, the depression, the fact that that's, I guess, who we are. If that doesn't hurt your soul, if that doesn't hurt your existence, and if you think that you can say God is with him, and somewhere along the way you lost God. That's it. I love this country. And we're going to get ripped apart here. And corporate America is going to come out on top, like they've been doing for years and years and decades. And little by little, we'll all end up with nothing. Can't work hard enough. They want you to how many hours do they want you to work to be able to afford a home? How many hours do they want you to afford health care? And we're all falling for it because of this him and them and those and us. Media has destroyed us. Political ends have destroyed us. And we are now in a place in history. The next 4 years, most people that are middle class are going to gasp. The wealthy are going to just party and be so thankful. And remember all the dirty air that's coming, all the dirty water that's coming, and a lot more hate and a lot more violence. And that is heartbreaking, America. That is what had me fade away. I guess I couldn't take it anymore. Peace.